Okay, like I say, I've got a lot of information, so we're going to move right on along. Smokers. I'm not judgmental. I've smoked a cigarette myself a time or two in my lifetime, amongst some other things that we won't talk about here today. However, we know that old habits are hard to break. And I'm not up here today to tell you you need to stop smoking. That's not my job to tell you that today. We're going to do what we're going to do because old habits are hard to break, right? That's right. But some things that we do want to make sure that you understand. Number one, believe it or not, smoking is the leading cause of fires that result in death for seniors in the United States. Now, cooking is the predominant cause of fires in the United States in general, but for the senior population that result in fatalities, smoking is the number one cause. So some things we want to make sure you understand. Never smoke in bed while you're sleepy if you're under the influence of any medication or if you're under the influence of any alcohol. New Year's Eve, have a little sip of wine, make sure you put that cigarette out good before you fall asleep. Okay, making sure we use large and deep ashtrays so that they don't fall out of the ashtray and down between the couch cushions, because believe it or not, that's how a lot of fires start. We fall asleep sitting in the recliner, we're watching Dick Clark's New Year's Eve roll around on New Year's, or we fall asleep watching a ball game and that cigarette falls down between the couch cushions, and the next thing you know, we have a fire. Now, you may have heard about, you may have been told, well, cigarettes are now fire safe. They will go out after a couple minutes if they're not being smoked. Yes, that's true. But we also want you to understand that some of the furnishings and some of the materials in homes today can catch on fire very, very quickly. So we don't want you to become comfortable with fire safe cigarettes. Fire is fire, and fire is not safe if it's not handled properly. So just remember that. Making sure that we let our matches and ashes cool completely before we dispose of them, and making sure they're being disposed of in the proper containers. And last but not least, make sure you're storing your matches and your lighters somewhere out of the reach of those grandkids or great-grandkids that may be coming over around the holidays and visiting on the weekends, because we don't want kids playing with matches and starting fires.